Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. Hope you're having a good week. So today I have a topic and it's 8 reasons why men cheat. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's like a million and one reasons why men cheat, but if you sum it all up together, I think it falls under these 8 different reasons. So we're going to be looking at that today. I'm going to get into it straight away because I don't want it to be overly long. Again, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. Hope you're all having a good week. Okay, so the first reason why men cheat. So the first reason why men cheat is because they can. Okay, so let me break that down. What that means is, I know there's like so many books and all sorts of things on why a man would cheat, a woman should keep herself and everything. But like I said, if you sum up all the reasons, I'm sure it falls under these 8 reasons. So first of all is because they can. What that means is it's not about taking a piece or anything. This can be influenced by your environment, by the society, by the culture. Like for instance, in some cultures, a man's power and his achievement is measured by how many wives and children and concubines he has. Do you understand? And side chicks and women and children. Do you understand? A man's legacy is measured by that. In some cultures, a man's opulence, his power, do you understand, is measured by stuff like that in some cultures. So in that sort of culture, he will cheat. If you're looking at environment, it might be the sort of environment where everybody's cheating. Do you understand? Imagine a group of friends that they all have side chicks or whatever it is. Do you understand? Any man that has that group of friends and he's not doing it, he will seem like the odd one out. Do you understand? And his friends will constantly barrage him into doing it, like, oh, you've been whipped, you're scared of your wife, or whatever it is. So the environment as well can also be a factor. If everybody else is doing the same thing, it would seem odd for this one person not to do it. So the second reason why men cheat is to boost their ego. Okay, so let me break this down, right? A man's testosterone that a man has, is ego based. A man's life is sort of like ego based, right? It's based on his ego, and there are 3 factors that make up that ego: his social life, his work life, and his family life. His family life, for instance, his wife, his children, and everything. Do you understand? His extended family as well, his parents and all that. His work life, which means his income, the money he makes, the money he gets from his businesses. His social life, those are his connections, the people he knows, the people he... Now, if any part of those ego-based factors are not going well, he's likely to cheat just to boost his ego. Like for instance, if his work life, if his finances isn't going well, because it's a bruise to his ego, he will most likely go out to cheat. That just to boost his ego. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but they do it. So just to boost his ego, if any part of that side of his life isn't going right, he's more likely to boost his ego to go out to cheat. If he's having issues at home with his wife, most of the time he'll probably go out to cheat. Not because he doesn't love his wife, not because he wants to, it's just sort of like to boost his ego. Do you understand? If his social life, like his connections and the people he knows and things are not just going right, just to boost that bruised ego, do you understand? Just to boost it, he would probably most likely go out to cheat. Another reason why men cheat is for peace of mind. And I know that people hate to hear this, but it is. Like, if a man has a woman that is constantly, that is verbally combative, do you understand? Or combatant, sorry. Verbally combatant, do you understand? He's always insulting him, shouting at him, emasculating him, so to speak. He's most likely to go out to seek solace in the arms of another woman. Maybe somebody that will praise him. Do you understand? If she's always bringing him down, you useless man, you crazy man, you bad man, you this, you this, you this, you this. Do you understand? So these are things that as women we also need to look out for. Do you understand? You might be the most beautiful woman, but if you have a bad character, do you understand? Definitely you're pushing him out. Do you understand? Into the arms of the one that will be praising him, my king, oh my savior, oh my this, oh, do you understand? Like I said, a man's testosterone is ego based. Do you understand? They want praises. I'm not saying keep praising him for everything. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if he does feel emasculated, do you understand, for whatever reason in the relationship, he's more likely to seek solace in the arms of a calmer person, or somebody that looks up to him, or someone that still regards him as a man, if that makes sense. Another reason why men cheat is when he has outgrown the woman. And what does this mean? Imagine two people are together, right? And maybe they met their like high school sweethearts. It doesn't have to be high school, but they got married. Now, imagine the man he wants a promotion at work, or he wants a better job or a better life, and he's constantly working on himself, education wise, maybe doing courses and everything to have more experience, maybe learning a trade. Do you understand? He's doing something to make himself better, to have a better life in future. And you, the woman, you're just concerned about checking his phones. You're just concerned about throwing out babies. I'm not saying that's wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's part of having a family. You have children. Do you understand? But you're not concerned about bettering your life. Do you understand? After a while, his IQ would have outgrown that of the woman. You're looking at your husband in a three-piece suit going to work, folding his shirt in a company and talking business, and you're just at home thinking about the next meal, thinking about how to wear the next lingerie for him. You're not bettering yourself in any way. Don't do it for him. Do it for yourself. Do you understand? God forbid anything happens tomorrow. You still have to be able to have that IQ to match another man's in the society. Am I making sense? So anyway, don't do it for him, do it for yourself. Better your own life, better your own self, so that if you're in the midst of people, you can hold a decent conversation. Do you understand? As opposed to worrying about, let me think. I'm not saying those things are wrong. You should worry about the lingerie, you should worry about the meal, but that shouldn't be your only focus, if that makes any sense. You should also focus on making yourself a better person, even if you're just working on your own self for self-love and everything. Once you have self-love, you want to learn about other things outside. You want to have a life outside of the man, if that makes any sense. Exactly. So your life is all about the man, looking for what woman is looking at him, looking for what, do you understand, while he's bettering himself. One day he will get to work, and there might be, God forbid, a woman that will match his IQ. They can throw banter back and forth. They can gist. They can talk about government. They can talk about society. They can talk about things that interest the both of them. Do you understand? Before you know what's happening, it's very likely feelings will go from there. So sometimes we women were just like, oh, men are bastard, men cheat, men cheat, men cheat. What are you also doing? Do you understand? Sometimes we need to watch ourselves as women as well, So that sort of situation, he would be mentally compatible with another person, and now that person is a source of, okay, you know what, I want to have a decent conversation, I want to have an intellectual conversation, let me go to this person. Before you know what's happening, feelings may start to develop, and it's likely to push him to cheat. Another reason why a man would cheat is because he's no longer attracted to a woman. So I think that would buttress my last point, actually, because maybe when he met her, obviously they were both mentally compatible. Do you understand? They had the same interests, they could talk about the same things, but he's no longer attracted to her because, you see, I don't want to say stuff like maybe she got fat, because I think that's a very shallow reason, right? If as a man, if you feel like your woman is going out of shape or whatever it is, and you like a certain, you can help her out. You guys can work out together and do all that. Do you understand? That's the whole point of togetherness. But sometimes a man would the woman will no longer be attractive to him because, like I said, maybe he's outgrown her. Do you understand? And or she's let herself go. When they first met, she was hanging out with her friends. She had a life of her own. Now, after like a year or two down the line, do you understand? I mean, the reason I know is because I used to do that. Like, I get so comfortable in the relationship, and it's almost like my focus is on that person. Do you understand? Oh, that's what I used to do before I started working on myself. Do you understand? So my focus would be totally on that person, and the person would be like, why are you so obsessed with me? Whatever it is, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying, I learned that the hard way, and it wasn't intentional. It's just I just kind of relaxed because I can't be asked. Do you understand? So I just kind of relaxed. And maybe they feel I don't hang out as much, but like I said, I'm two very separate parts. I'm an extrovert and I'm an introvert. Do you understand? So I can be in the house. So sometimes, like, after a while, a guy will feel, okay, she's no longer interesting or something. Maybe she used to hang out with her friend, or she had her own hobbies or whatever it is. You understand? And a woman is no longer doing those things. Her focus is 100% on the man. Oh, who's calling him? Oh, who talked to him? Oh, after a while, low self-esteem kind of repels. Do you understand? It will repel him, like, get a life. Do you understand? So after a while, she stops looking attractive to the man. He starts getting attracted to a woman that has a life of her own. Another reason why a man would cheat is midlife crisis. Okay, like they don't have to be middle-aged to actually start going through midlife crisis. Sometimes a man might feel, maybe when he was younger, he used to get a lot of female attention, and then he's getting older, do you understand? And maybe it's just not as much for whatever reason. It might be that he's busy with work or whatever it is. A man can start to feel like he can just cheat just to make himself feel like I still got it. Do you understand? Women, imagine, that's why you see like a lot of older guys and they have like younger women, because for him it's almost like, if this babe, do you understand, can be tripping for a man like me, do you understand, then I still got it. So a lot of men just cheat because they just want to know that they're still attractive, they still got it, they can still pull a woman, and a beautiful one at that, do you understand? So, or a young one at that, do you understand? So a lot of men, just because of midlife crisis, they feel older, they feel less attractive. Dating a younger woman, or do you understand, or a very beautiful woman, or whatever it is, will just kind of make them feel like, yes, it's like a boost to their ego. I've still got it, do you understand? So a man would cheat based on that. Another reason why a man would cheat is when a woman prioritizes the kids over him. And I know that this is totally unfair, do you understand? But trust me, like, the both of you started out life together, right? And obviously you pray for kids, and kids come into the equation, and it's a good thing, it's a great thing, except sometimes as a woman you tend to focus on your kids, do you understand? Now, if it starts to feel like your focus is 100% on the kids and you're neglecting him, he may likely cheat. Do you understand? Unfortunately, that may push him out to cheat. It's unfair because you both made the children. You should both focus on the children, but it is what it is. When a man feels neglected, sometimes. So, I mean, it's a lot of work on women, isn't it? I know that it's really unfair, but it is life. Do you understand? A woman kind of holds the home. She holds the family. So she should be able to balance her time. Like I said, it's unfair, but it is what it is. She should be able to balance her time between the kids and the man. Do you understand? Give him a bit of time on, do you understand, of his own time, you know, if it's possible. Schedule date nights. Schedule stuff, do you understand? So I mean, if you're able to balance that work, social, family life, I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. But when a man does feel neglected, sometimes it may push him to cheat. The final reason why a man will cheat is because they can get away with it. So, like, for instance, if a man is with a woman that he knows that he can do anything to her and he'll get away with it, she's so obsessed with him that she would always take him back, then he would do it just for the fun of it, because he can get away with it, because he knows that he can go home and tell her whatever story and even blame her for it. And she would apologize and whatnot, do you understand? He would do it because he can get away with it, do you understand? Because nobody's going to question him. There's no repercussions, there's no consequences, do you understand, for his actions. So he would do it anyway, just cause, do you understand? If sometimes he would even do it if the woman is now seeming like, oh, now I have self-love, I don't care what you do, he would do it just to see if he still has control over her, do you understand? To see how she will react to it. So sometimes a man would do it just because they can get away with it. Okay, so like I said, I'm sure there are like a million and more reasons why men would cheat, but if you put everything together, if you sum it all up together, it falls under one of these 8 reasons why a man would cheat. I know it's unfair, and I will try to do something on women next, but I mean, I just do it as it comes to me. So anyway, do you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week? I do love you all. Namaste. Stay blessed.